Alright, I don't know. Updates, I guess. It's been a couple days. I finally got back to working on this yesterday. I did some scrubbing back here, got the rest of the liquid mouse out of here. Scrubbed down the back of the dash. There was a lot of it down in here. But, before I put the new heater box, which I have the new heater box, I took that all apart. I cleaned all that out. That one was in significantly better shape. So we got all that assembled. It's ready to go back in. But I figured before that, I would start wiring our new instrument panel in. And I fucked up. Bad. But I think I recovered. So the way this works is you're, 88 to 90. I'm going to explain this kind of just with the information I have absorbed from the internet. Apparently there used to be a really good how-to on this on, I think it was like Big Chevy something whatever.com. The forum no longer exists. There's a guy who took most of that information, has a Google Doc on it. There's a YouTube video that links all that together. Anyway, that was my main source. So the way this works is your 88 to 90 has the Mooney style gauges, which is, I guess, the ribbons that kind of just fall like a moon, I guess. That's why they're called that. In 91, they added the option for this guy with the original plug. And then, 92 to 94 had this style or a similar needle gauge cluster without the tack with a new style plug and this little drac box right here. Now, in 91, that guy was built into the cluster. This guy is what programs your speedo. And what's cool about these is depending on what tire size you run and your gear ratio and blah, 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 you can move some dip switches, or you can solder dip switches in, or you can move some pins around. Like you have to like solder two pins together here and there and there. And you can make adjustments on your speedo so it's accurate. So, yeah. Anyway, I messed up. I started cutting. So the way you're supposed to do this is you take this guy and you wire some extension. Well, so I got this from the junkyard. Got that from the junkyard. And you got plugs here. And so what I did is I soldered some wires onto the ends here. And we've extended those. And what you're supposed to do is take those one by one, solder them into the original harness, with the exception of one wire goes into the new plug. And then one by one, you wire the new plug onto those, and it's color coded. Just about, mostly. So, the problem I ran into is obviously colors lined up, except I had all the wires cut off the end of the harness, and we had 2 yellows, 2 purples, and 3 brown whites. Okay, what is what? Yeah. So, however, the way I had cut the wires off the harness is I'd all cut them at the very end to get the most cable length, naturally. Luckily, the pins, here, if I can, this guy right here. So, here's the original plug, or what's left of it. So, how I was able to figure it out is like, on one end here, it was black and purple. And I noticed that those were the 2 longest cables. So what I knew is that the cables, or the wires, were different lengths depending on where they were on this connector. So what I was able to deduce is that, let's say I had a brown white here, and then one on the end. The longest brown white was the closest one to this side of the connector. Naturally, the shortest one's on this end. Or like I had a purple up here and a purple over here. Same with the yellows. And I was able to figure out which one was what for the duplicate colors. And I think I got it figured out. So what I've got here is, you're stuck. I got all these run, and these are not color coded. They're just wires I had around, and I tried to keep them different so I could tell them apart. They're soldered in down here. And then it was getting late, so I just wanted to verify that I had everything working. And so I just kind of taped everything together with what goes with what. And everything lined up except our, if I can find it here, our white for the tack. That's because I didn't have a tack wire. Naturally, you don't have a tack, so I heard some of them were wired with it. Mine was not. But if I can work my way around here, come up here, and I've got the air cleaner off and everything. Over here on your distributor and your coil and everything, coming off your coil here, they had this guy taped up right here. Apparently this is on all of them. This right here is your tack wire. And obviously, depending on what application this motor was in, you would have this hooked up to something. In my case, my Chevy 1500 did not have a tack, so they just taped it here. All I got to do is run a new wire into the cab here to that white wire and hook these two up, and we're good to go. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to solder everything up, and then we'll see if it works or not. Yeah, that's some quality right there. I think I got everything soldered together. I don't have tape over the wires. I want to put tape over all these joints and stuff, but before I go through that hassle, I've got this kind of here. Our vehicle is in neutral. This is very nicely resting on the steering column. That's definitely good for it. I got the DRAC hooked in. I've got the computer plugged back in over there. Let's put 12 volts to it and see if we see smoke. Let's hook our ground up. Very nice and secure. Now, where's our positive cable? I think that's him. No immediate flames or anything. I don't see smoke. We try it? Oh, gauges are... I got something wrong. No. It's off and it's changing voltage. Because it's drawing. That might be right. It says we're reading fuel. The oil pressure, I mean, it's not running, but... brake, service engine soon, battery light. Oh, I hear coolant dumping out. That's probably, oops, my bad. I think the truck's in neutral because it kind of jolted. It's idling at high idle. That makes sense. 40 PSI, temps down. We're charging. Brake light's on because this pedal is messed up because it's not hooked up, so that makes sense. Got no warning lights. Should have a seatbelt light in theory. Or I guess if it's not hooked up, does it not work? Now if we're dumping coolant in. Great. I just want to hook the seatbelt up quick. I want to see if that works. Okay, quick. Panic. No seatbelt light, whatever, I don't care. It's working. If I give it a little bit of gas, does the tack move? I think we're good. Shutting her down because we're dumping coolant into the cab. Oh my God. I don't know if the speedo works. I don't care. We're going to get that HVAC box in here next. Get this up, get a seat in here, get it. Yeah, do I just put it together? Send it, full send? I think we're good. Let's not turn it on. Oh, we got door dingers now. That's... Oh, it reset. We're good. I don't have a seatbelt light. Yeah, whatever. That's unfortunate. Like I said, that doesn't bother me. We have a service engine soon, a battery, and a brake. And we have an oil pressure gauge. Those are the important ones. And all of our other gauges work, I think. I don't know if temp works. Don't know if that works. But the rest of it does, even the tack. So we have a tack now. I think that means I did it mostly right. Somehow I managed that. Okay, that's great news. I think I'll bring you back when we get the HVAC box in. So, yes. Cool. Okay. I am so happy with that. That gives me the confidence to continue. Sweet. Okay, so we got our heater core lines back on with new clamps because the old ones were shot, but oops, I've been fighting that putting that new ground wire across there because I don't know, I mentioned it when I got this running again, but last year, you know, I started this process of getting this truck back on the road, and all of a sudden what's funny is actually it was the first drive I took it down the road after I'd put new tires on it, got it all got them balanced and everything. Came home, well, I brought it to the gas station, shut her down, filled it up, started it, drove it around, I don't know, 30, 40 miles. Brought it in the driveway, parked it, shut it off, didn't restart. That ground strap right there that goes from the block to the cab, and there's also a ground that goes from that same post down to the frame. The strap from the cab to the motor had ceased existing. Anyway, I got it running this spring. I ran a ground directly to the battery, which is this red cable. So that's bolted right to the battery. I'm gonna leave that, but we've also got the ground strap. But I just topped off the coolant, got all that in. Let's see if it runs. And then I wanted to warm it up. I'm gonna turn this down. I want to warm it up and make sure the heat gauge and everything works. And I want to top off the coolant once it starts pumping water through it. Apparently I messed something up. Oh. It'll crank without the computer. Look at that. Interesting. Let's unhook battery. Interesting. It'll, yeah, no wonder it wouldn't start. Ow, fuck, I just smashed my head on the A-pillar. Yeah, that'd do it, I guess. Let's just hook that in. Hook that in. We gotta move the dash back over, which I have resting on a box. That way we can get back into the harness here. Getting ahead of myself. Whoops. Here, I'm gonna sit you down. Can't see anything, but all I'm doing is hooking these two cables back up that wire that all together. Now, in theory, it'll run now. Whoops. But also, it cranked for a little bit and then decided to not. So, I don't know, is the battery dead or? Apparently it's dead. Interesting. Yeah, apparently the battery's dead. Neat. Somehow. I don't know what happened. Whatever. It got the trusty JNC 660 hooked in there and we've got lights again. And we're alive. And something's not right. Oh. I think the alternator's coming back to life here because all of a sudden all the gauges just came back. Interesting. I don't know what just occurred there, but oh, we're running. So how about that? So we're at a high idle. So I noticed something here. When I was mine, always leave things sitting up here when you've got you're running vehicle. Hear that? Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to be a vacuum leak. It should be, but it's not. Whatever this module thingy is, whatever that is closed, that's not leaking. Interesting. Yeah, well, we're going to let it warm up here. I think it just, it's got stuff moving. I think the water pump's sending stuff through the heater core. That's good. Top that off a little bit. That's good to see, because I never trusted the alternator gauge on the old cluster. It always ran at like 9. That at least looks like 13 or so. But seems like it's working. I'm gonna let it warm up, make sure the temp gauge comes up to 195, 210-ish. See what happens there. Fuel gauge has come down a little bit. But nice. I think we're working. Used to be a way, wonder if I could put it in a misfire and trigger the service engine. There's our seat belt that doesn't work. The blinkers, that's weird. We got something's not right. So the blinkers work. But once in a while that like kicks. Yeah, when I wiggle this. Oh, I think it's just this is loose. Or there's a wire in here that's messed up. Because it's when the cluster wiggles. Wires aren't getting warm or anything, which is good. I'll keep fiddling with that. Or this gauge could just be finicky, because that one was sitting kind of weird. It was hanging when the cluster was out. It was like drooped all the way down, so that gauge could be finicky. Great, perfect. But hey, at least the wiring's on. I can just swap the clusters now. Well, we're idling below 1,000. She's coming down. That's good. Temp gauge starting to come up. Maybe hook in the light switches here. See if all that stuff works still. Yeah, these are kind of custom in there, so I don't know how we want to just kind of put it in there like that. I'll do that. I'm going to do some testing here. I'll bring you back if I see anything fancy. Okay. All of a sudden the cluster went and quit on me, and I'm like, what the hell happened? So something's wrong with the light switch. Wiggle this around. See if I can get it to do it again. Yeah, look at that. All of a sudden it dies. This guy right here is just... This guy's messed up. That guy right there. I kind of see some corrosion there, so I could believe that. Interesting. Lights. Didn't earlier. Flipped it off high beam. Yep. Okay, it's working again. I don't trust that. Oh look, our oil pressure is looking more normal again. I don't trust that. I think we need a new switch. Ignore the screw that's run into it. That was not me. That was done before me. And we're dead again. Kind of warm too. Some like dielectric grease on that or something. Wonder if there's like a bad ground to the headlights. I could see that. Those are pretty dim, if you ask me. Like that's horn was. Oh, we're boiling over. Like, oh, I smell cool. Not boiling over, but we're full. How about that? There, let's top that off. There you go. Go into the overflow. Well, we're sitting pretty good with temp. I think it works. There's electrical gremlins still, but I think there was before. God, I love electrical. It's my favorite. Well, I know that there's something wrong here. That's not right. It should not do that. I can hear it take the load when I plug that back in. I don't know. Maybe a little grease on that, get that corrosion gone and a better contact. It's probably fine. That's what I'm gonna pretend anyway. Otherwise, I mean, some stuff works. I mean, the important stuff works. We got oil pressure, we got temp, which is dropping. Thermostat open up or something? Where'd the thermostat open? Don't try this at home. Oh, no pressure. Yep, thermostat open. Good catch. A little slow to open if you ask me. Thirsty. I wonder if it needed the pressure to open. Possible. Oh. That'll evaporate or something. Ooh, spicy. There, I feel comfortable with that. She's not gonna overheat. She cooled down quite a bit. Will this go away if I... Do I definitely all the way up. Oh, and I just killed all the cluster. Ah, whatever. Oh, we didn't recover from that. Oh, we pissed something off. Back for a moment. I don't know, I'm wiggling on fuse box. Does this need to be grounded? No, because it's a clip-in. It just clips in. Oh, there could be a loose wire on it though. Keep wanting to say it's my stuff, but my stuff seems fine. I just think I woke a beast when I mess with all the crap back here. Yeah, we got nothing. Oh, the high beam light is fully illuminated though. Alright, I'm going to play with this a little more. I think I figured it out. It's actually not related to any of that. It's the ground. I think it's the ground on the... Apparently something is grounded to our guy right here. Something is grounded to this here. Pretty sure. So if I... We're alive. With that. Something is grounded to that. The hell is grounded to that? I mean, like, I don't see anything grounded to that. But something has to be, right? Obviously. We're not getting ground somewhere. So that's our whole issue right there. Because I moved this apparently. Look at that. Those sparks come off of that. Holy shit. Now we're building lots of oil pressure. Look at that. We're sitting really cool. Look at that. Plenty of charging now, plenty of fuel, RPM sitting perfect. That's still acting funny, but I bet you that'll clear up if I properly ground everything. This reminds me of the darn 90 Caravan. Take care of all the putting it back together first, and we might be in better shape. Look at that. Yeah, look at that, plenty of charging. Oh, there, now you can see it. RPMs look good. Oil pressure looks good. Temp, really cold. I wonder what kind of thermostat it's got in there. I don't know. Oh, what a... Okay, whatever. Figured that out. So we gotta have that together too. Okay. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. Update. Make sure I got all the plugs for the radio. That's all wired in. Routing all my cabling. I got one test speaker in. I got the harness for the HVAC box in. The computer is in. Got the DRAC wire harness all wrapped into the factory location, hung out the glove box. I'll worry about that later. Getting ready to put the vents back in right now. And once those vents over there are back in, I can push the dash up and we start hooking the dash back in. And then it's just wiring stuff and getting the column back up. And then I think once we get the dash bolted in, I can test everything, make sure the radio works, make sure all the controls, everything work. And then we can continue from there. That's where I'm at right now. But we're getting there. All right, that's a little bit of progress there. I think I got everything hooked in. I just plugged the battery in. The light for the... I had a bulb that I grabbed. So that's on, so we got power. Let's see what we got here. And I mean, we're bolted in so the dash is grounded properly. Oh, door dinger. Come on. Finicky. Oh, we got gauges going all over the place. Oh, battery light. Engine light. Does this... Oh! We got a fan. Oh. Oh, we got power to the radio. I don't see any... Oh, there it is. Okay, so something's iffy with that. There it is. Oh, look at that. Medium, low, high. Oh, just changed. Oh yeah, that's all working. All the blend doors are working. Nice. Turn that off. So we got lights. Holy shit! I bet you we're not in park. Woo! Foot's on the brake, boys. $100, we're not in park. Yeah. Yep. Lift the column. That's putting it in gear. Alright. Off. Ooh. Any casualties? Nope. I think I stopped it in time. Be wary of that. That's we're here. Can I set this? I just want to there, like that. It's out of the way. All right, we're gonna bolt that up real quick. That's freaking cool. I was leaving it down so I could hook this up, but I'll do that later. I'm gonna set you like that. That would explain why I kind of felt a half lurching earlier. It was probably like halfway in gear. Well, that's fun. Okay, put on the brake, but it let me start it. I guess because it thought it was in park, but then it was in gear. That's kind of fun. Oops. Oh, we had the check gauges lights all come on too. So, we are charging 14. Plenty of gas, temps down, 40 pounds of oil pressure. We are running at just below 1,000. So that's cool. Do we... Oh, that's still all messed. Honestly, I don't even care. Do we got lights? Ooh! Oh, we got all the lights down here. I gotta hook the two. Gotta get bulbs. I think I got a bulb for one of these. There's two lights, one on either side for the floor. Look at that! All the lights in the dash work. That's honestly good. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna pretend there's a ground. There's probably a ground issue or something. I don't fucking know. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. We got headlights though. Yes we do. As long as all the lights work outside, I don't care, I guess. They look good. And I do have an orange bulb for that. And we got that light. I think we're functioning. Oh, that's freaking whack. So does the dimmer work? Oh, look at that. The dimmer works. Isn't that cool? What does this do? I've never figured out what this does yet. I have no clue what that switch does. If anybody knows, feel free to make me look dumb. Because honestly, I have no clue, and when I press it, it doesn't do anything. So, it's hooked up to something. I don't know, it's too orange. No. I know the horn wires that are disconnected are that color, but that doesn't make sense either. Need to get I've got a horn to put in it too. I got a horn. It's out of like an 08 Caravan or something. Can I get that brake light to go off? I think we tried this last time, but the dash wasn't bolted in, so you guys are gonna pull up on the pedal like that, and it stays engaged. Do I have it unplugged or something? If I just wiggle on it, does it go away? How about if I think that's it up here. I'm kind of feeling on it. I think it's that one. If I just unplug it, does it go away? No. Okay, we'll put that back in, because I don't even know if that was it. Okay, I don't know where that plugged in anymore. Can you guys help? Anybody? Oh, there it is. I feel the post. Whatever. Unless the reservoir is low or something, and then it's on for a completely different reason. Radio. I want to see if I can get the factory radio to work. It had an aftermarket radio, and it was just a battery drain. Ooh. Ha! It works. Does this have a scan?
That's very good.
Or a seek or something?
You don't have to bend down to put them on. You don't even have to touch them.
I don't know how this works. Oh, there we go. Now the seek's working. There we go. That sounds pretty good. Does our bass button not work? Oh, there it goes. Sticky. Fade. Okay, every button's just a little sticky. Can I go that way? Let's seek. Set the radio station. I'd like to go down. Okay. I said down! Oh, that's gonna be annoying. No! Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna hit the buttons. They're all like stuck. Once they're going, they're good. Can I go back to... Set that. Okay, apparently didn't set that one. Tune. Set. Set. Nice. Oh shit. Oops. 5.9. I think that one. Learning this radio right now. Okay, the buttons seem to come to life after I press them once. Come on, you can do. There we go. Did we get it? I got a second one of these too to try. Hey, it works. And this speaker works, and it sounds okay.
Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones
that one's
who get it done.
okay-ish.
You know what I don't get? Why is that company always telling you to just do what? What is it?
I don't think this one works. Oh, it's not plugged in. Let me sit right there. Come here, you son of a...
Most comfortable shoes ever. You don't have to bend down to them. You don't even have to touch them. Find them in small family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever.
That one works, kinda.
That
That one's pretty rough.
You're not sure if it's addiction or treatments needed. It's so you're
I don't think that one works very well.
Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, 19.3 million people aged 18 or older have.
I guess I don't care if the AM FM button works. I have a second one of these to plug in. We can try that.
Confidential assessments.
Holy crap, it's got a radio in it. It's sitting here idling perfect. Look at that. High beam indicator works. Look at that. Freaking cool. Does the speedometer work? That is what I want to know, big time. Because that's the last gauge I don't know works. I think if I pull some of this crap out of here, I kind of was working on it and it was gonna rain, so I had to throw everything under the vehicle because I couldn't have it in it with where I was at. Our mismatched seatbelt. But just want to roll it and see if it does anything. You guys just sit back. Oh, hey, look at that. Dad was looking for that. I suppose the seat fell because it was leaning on that. Makes sense. Can I do that? Got caravan seats out here too. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. No fatalities on this side either. Yet. Probably don't want that anywhere near. As you can see, I'm very organized, guys. Which happens when you work 8.5, 9, 10 hours, and then you drive an hour each way, and you only got like an hour to work, or yeah. Story of my life. We can set that down. I just want to see if the speedo works, if it'll even register the little distance we're gonna go here. I suppose get the radios out of the way here. This is very, as you can tell, impromptu. I'm sure all that stuff leaning on the gas pedal when it was in gear and I started it, that was real. Yeah, I think that master's not good. Whoa. Okay, that's not right. I'll tell you that's not right. See if we can get it away from all the stuff so I can move it around. I'm gonna tell you that's definitely not right. I'll let you know if I find anything out there. Alright, so something's wrong with the speedo, or what it is it's something I did wrong with the drag box, I think. Whether the wiring is wrong or what. Because that one, what happens at low speeds, it registers at like 40, 50, so I think the high and lower flip maybe. something like that. But when I plug in that other track box I've got, it does nothing. So I know it's something, well, obviously it's something related to that because that's what controls our speedometer. But there's something wrong with this cluster. I mean, like, the RPM, that's not, it's idling higher than that. I know it's higher. But, like, if it was, you know, like, if this was a 6-cylinder cluster, it would be, like, way up here, right? I think if you run a 6-cylinder cluster, your RPMs are way high in an 8-cylinder. But, like, I don't think the oil pressure's that low. I mean, it comes up to 40 when I run on it, but I think it's higher than that. I think the temp's higher than that. I think we're charging at 14.5. I'd have to get a multimeter on and verify that. I don't remember where the fuel is, but it's just like all the gauges are a little low. I don't know. We're not out of the woods yet, but hey, the dash is in. I can do the rest of this with the dash in, I guess, technically. If I have to rerun some of that, I'll be upset, but I think I'll be fine. I could be able to identify the cables. I could just flip them on the either end, but anyway, I was able to move it, get it out of the yard. It's back in the driveway now. The radio works. That's cool. That's a win. Hey, most of this stuff works. I mean, it works enough that you can drive it. How about that? I got a seat here. I got one bolt in on it. Well, I got all 4 started. I only got one down tight. So, but lights all work. That's cool. I got a mirror up in here. So, we got our Durango here. Still waiting for me to put the manifolds back in it, but I gotta have this done. This is needed. That is more about when I get time. So we're getting there. I'll have to dive into this a little more. I think I might go to the scrapyard and pick me up a non-hacked up track box again. And I might see if I grab what I'll do is I'll grab the drag box and the cluster out of some vehicle. One with a 350 in it or something. We'll see what I can find. My luck, I'm going to go there and I'm going to find a 91 with a tack in it now, and I could have saved me a lot of freaking work, but it's too late now. So 92 to 94, we're looking for something. So we'll see what I can find. But hey, I'm going to consider that a win. I mean, radio works, dash is in, it's running, driving. So, and the odometer does roll, so when it was like doing like, here, I can show you, put it in gear. At low speeds, it like, does it do it in reverse? Yeah, there it goes. At a couple miles an hour, it like registers like it's doing 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then it goes away when you get up to probably where your high speed sensor kicks in. Which kind of makes sense. When I put this in gear, does it drop the tack to 0? Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't doing that earlier though. It was only after it warmed up. It's like it's getting lazy as the vehicle's warm. Like, remember, like, the temp was running fine, like, earlier. I mean, that was running great earlier. That one actually hasn't really changed. That was definitely higher earlier. And it was idling higher earlier. Like, higher, as in the cluster was. What happens if I shut the lights off? Oh, no, I can't see nothing. Little bit of improvement on... If I just flip the headlights on and off, I mean, all that's telling me is we're drawing a load on the alternator, but why can't shit just work? Alright, we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna leave that on because the power button's finicky. Fix the speedometer. So There's two browns coming off of this according to the wiring diagram I was using online. That go off of this into two brown whites here. Those are the only two off of the drac that had two of the same color. And after I messed up my harness and just nipped them, that was the only one that was 50-50. I had them backwards. So right now, as you can see, they're not both brown because these are the wires I used to jumper from here to there. So I flipped them here, and speedo works fine now. That was all it was. So now I get to redo my wiring I just hacked up that I had all nice, and then I'm going to put the dash back in, finish screwing it all in, get all the gauges set up, get the radio in. Maybe I'll show you a picture or a quick video of that, but I want to get all this stuff out of here, and I want to test the speed. I didn't really look, I just want to make sure it worked. I want to make sure it's accurate-ish, and it seemed accurate based on how fast I felt like I was going. I don't know, but there's a lot of junk I gotta clean up, reorganize all my stuff, what I need to put in here, because then I want to get everything back out, like this seat out after I get the dash in, grind that down with a grinder and paint over it, make it slightly better than it is currently, and then I can put the carpet over it and be done.